Madness, episode 17. That's right, we made it to good old 17, my favorite number. If for no other reason than age 17 is the last year you can commit a felony and get tried as a minor. 100% true. That was always my goal age as a child. It's all been downhill since. Anyway, I'm your host, Andrew Ingram, and this week on the show, I sit down with two amazing comedians and improvisers, Christopher Jordahl and Casey Frase. These guys are great. They are genuinely two of the funniest people I've ever met, and it was great to have them on the show together. Their improv group, Stick Horses in Pants, that's N-I-N, we emphasize that in the episode, is the longest running improv troupe in Colorado Springs. They're great, good, clean fun for the whole family. We get into that and kind of some of the frustrations that go along with that in this episode. Yeah, you know, it was just fun to sit down with these guys. Casey was in rare form. Actually, that's not true. Casey is always in this form. Casey Frase is comedic dynamo. And yeah, a lot of this episode was just me and Chris just kind of, feeding the flames. Drinks were had. We did record this outside. So as to, as COVID is getting real serious again, or I mean, it's always been serious, but we were trying to keep ourselves and our families safe. So if there's some weird audio stuff, sorry about that, guys. We're doing the best we can over here. I do also want to apologize for this episode coming out a little late. We talk about my new job in the episode a little bit, but it's been a pretty big adjustment period for me, trying to maintain an artistic schedule. And not that podcasts are particularly artistic, but it is a creative outlet. Trying to keep all the side hustles going while I'm currently working 55 hours a week and maintaining a relationship and trying not to get depressed as I want to do. So again, sorry the episode is a little late. I will try to make sure that doesn't happen anymore. That I guarantee there's always going to be an episode coming out every week. We may move to Tuesdays in the future just so I have just with my new schedule that may work out better, but I don't want to lie to you guys. It may still come out on Mondays. We'll figure all that out, and I promise we'll keep these coming out to you, all 20 of my faithful listeners and anybody else who's interested in what I'm doing and checks it out every now and again. I appreciate you guys. All right, and definitely just some plugs up top. Check out Stick Horses in Pants on Facebook. Check out one of their shows when shows are happening again. I think Casey and Chris were doing two-man shows every Wednesday at the 3 E's Comedy Club. I don't think those are happening now that Colorado Springs has gone back into red, but hopefully they'll start back up once things calm down. As for me, as always, my writing on mindfulofmadness.com, my comedy album, This Was a Bad Idea, as always, is on Spotify and iTunes and Tidal and wherever else you listen to stuff. Please go listen to that. Rate, review this podcast. Help us grow. There's, not much more I could be doing on my end. At this point, it's all in your hands, listeners. So help a brother out. All right, that's enough gabbing from me. Thank you guys for listening, and I think you're really going to enjoy this one. So let's get into Mindful of Madness, episode 17, with Casey Frase and Chris Jordahl. Pint Full of Madness. It's Andrew, and with me this week are two very funny comedians and improvisers and actors and funny people about town. Casey Frase.
Funny people about town.
Yeah.
I'm the about part.
Yeah, I guess I'm the town.
Yeah, you're the town.
That made me think of like a wandering minstrel show where you
Yeah.
just walk around, wander about town.
Have you seen Casey's act? I mean,
It's close.
It's
close.
it's like that.
yeah. The other person talking is Chris Jordahl. Hi, Chris. Hi, Casey. How's it going?
Oh, great.
I'm wearing no pants.
He's lying. We're outside.
Don't need pants to be outside.
That's true.
That's
Yep.
the law. It's in the Constitution.
Not near an elementary school.
Oh man, yeah. If you just got dressed with the shades open, you could get charged as a sex criminal.
I've always thought that. I've actually always thought that you could also go to jail for having weed in your house. Because it's
Yeah.
really close. Like, that's
Yeah.
that's a distance of, like, if I have weed in my house, I don't know if that's allowed.
When's the last time you didn't have weed in your house, Casey?
I'm not saying a word now that I've said how far away I am from an elementary school. Now that we've disclosed this.
It makes me think though, if somebody sees Casey undressing from outside through his window and smoking weed, they're gonna call the cops. They're like, "Excuse me, 911. There is a man inside of his own house taking off his pants, exposing them to me."
Smoking
Yeah.
a blunt.
Yeah,
Is that
he's-
gonna happen?
He's gonna light himself on fire. I'm completely terrified of this man harming himself. He's smoking and taking his shirt off at the same time. What a freak!
I have done that for sure.
You at the
yeah.
exact same time?
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
you're
I just
ruining your
realized
shirt.
I left my. You know what? Hold on. Took a pause there, right there at the beginning of the podcast. Sorry, guys.
That's super boss.
We got super paused.
Alright, we're good.
So, Casey, do you remember the Union Station open mic?
Union Station, yeah, I love that place.
That was great. We were just remembering that night when it was so cold that we could, they let us smoke inside.
Yeah, they did that on multiple nights.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
did
That
that
was,
a lot.
that was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're shut down now, so there are no legal implications to us saying
Right.
this
No, they've
anymore.
been shut down for years.
Yeah.
Well, they've been shut down because there were so many people being shot there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because they used to have rap battle nights
Yeah.
all the time, and they used to have like crazy like nights where mariachi battle nights.
Yeah. Well, I remember the Casey being racist. Casey has been racist since I got here. Just, it's like he's been in quarantine, hasn't seen many people. His worst instincts have been coming out.
I voted for Biden.
That doesn't make you not
I'm allowed
racist.
to say anything I want.
Do you remember the night there was that lady who was heckling everybody, and then we convinced her to get on stage, and she was awful, and you just like fucking ripped her apart afterwards?
Yeah, I kept calling her a Sasquatch lady. And then I think I straight up called her. I was like, thank God Mickey Rourke just got off the stage.
Oh man.
Because she looked like Mickey Rourke. Like, not good Mickey Rourke, like the fighter wrestler.
The
Mickey.
wrestler, yeah.
Yeah. When I started comedy, that was the only comedy open mic in town, I think.
Yeah, it was dry back then.
Yeah, it was. I mean, things got better pretty quickly, but yeah.
How many are there now? Because I'm not really in this comedy scene anymore.
Well, I mean, there's. I mean, at the moment, not really
Yeah.
that many.
Right? There's none.
Yeah, but I mean,
It's a
there's.
sign of the times.
What about
Yeah.
outdoor box shows?
They were doing a couple over the summer, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cold now.
Yeah.
I guess.
yeah.
It's sad. It makes me sad.
I mean, we've talked about it on every episode. Everybody's kind of adjusting to the weird times.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you know, hopefully we get that. I'll be first in line to get that vaccine. I don't I don't
Oh,
care.
hell yeah.
I don't
Oh, yeah,
care
I'll
if it
take
makes me
it, yeah.
grow a tail. I don't give a fuck.
Man,
Vaccines
you
aren't
get
going to
free
make
tail?
it do anything, and if it does make free tail, cool. More
I mean,
balance, like a
what-
kangaroo.
Yeah.
What
climb
kind of
trees.
tail would you want? If you could grow a tail, what kind of tail would you want?
Dragon tail.
That's what Brittany said.
Dragon
Yeah.
tail?
Yeah,
It's the best answer.
it's a pretty good answer.
Why is that a good answer? Where are you going to sit with a fucking dragon tail? You got to find benches with the holes in the back.
You don't gotta sit anywhere, man. You
Yeah,
got a dragon
I could
tail.
sit on my tail. It's strong.
Yeah. What do you think, Casey? What kind of tail? Kangaroo tail?
Kangaroo tail, so I can sit on the back of it and fucking kick people.
I think I would say monkey tail, but I feel like I'd have to lose 30 pounds, so I
To
could
sit on it?
to like climb up trees with it and shit.
What if it was a little husky monkey
A
tail?
little husky monkey tail. Yeah, just a fat one like me.
Why
Yeah.
would it be a fat one like a fucking
So-
another dragon tail?
So it could hold
Fuzzy
me.
dragon tail.
Cause I'm fat. I gotta have a thick
guess.
tail to hold me upside down.
You don't look far
So
off.
your front can match your back.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, there we go. So you're not like mullet style.
Little rat tail.
Yeah.
A little rat tail, monkey tail. That's confusing.
I want a rat tail, monkey tail. Tang. No, you don't look far off from the kid in Jumanji. That turns into the monkey.
That's real sad.
Especially now with your beard.
Yeah, you really do. You look close to the kid.
He's like very Jewish, isn't he? No?
How do you-
Am I
How do you
misremembering?
quantify
Man,
that?
Like,
Andrew?
I thought he had,
Andrew's
like,
been racist
curly
since
hair.
the moment he got here.
I've been in
He's
quarantine. I've gotten very comfortable. I voted for Biden too. It's fine.
We need someone of another race here to
Yeah.
make this okay.
Yeah, this is not
Where's
okay.
Janine?
Well, Janine's got immune issues, so maybe not.
Yeah, that's actually why she's inside.
Yeah. Oh man, so yeah, Casey, you're not really doing stand-up these days much, but you're still doing the improv thing.
Yeah, I love improv. My issue with stand-up is I fucking hate preparing. I hate the preparation part.
Right.
Of it. I hate
Yeah.
like having to like put together a whole thing. I did stand-up the other day, so I sell t-shirts. We were talking about this
Yeah.
earlier. There's this thing that I do. It's called the virtual flea. There's this guy. He has, I think it's 64,000 followers or something like that. Every time he goes live, he has a couple hundred people watching him.
Yeah.
He got me on the virtual flea the other day, and I did my stand-up on there because that's how he got me on there, is because I decided to do some stand-up, and it was awesome. And I did one of the funniest bits. It was a total Casey bit. I did everything. I did the Chaplin. I did everything. But
When you say it's hard to prepare for stand-up, that's because you have a production every time you do it. Like, it's not that hard. You show up, you have a notebook. That's all.
no, it's hard. It's really hard.
If you want to do it right, you need to take at least two trips to
you
your
need
car.
to do the big thing on the piano.
Yeah. You gotta bring props. You gotta bring everything. You gotta have everything. Jokes, props, everything. So I had jokes. I had jokes about masks and shit. I had jokes about Trump. I had all the things, but I had my normal skits and everything
Yeah.
too. There was one where I did like the sad clown.
Yeah.
But instead of doing the sad clown, so the sad clown is you play sad music in the background, and you draw like tears on your face and makeup.
Yeah.
Clown makeup on your face and
Yeah.
tears, and you become a sad clown. I did the drunk clown,
Mhm.
where I played sad music and I just drew penises all over my face. I just kept saying, "Who would draw penises all over me?" I must have passed out early at the party.
My favorite thing about this is it's the perfect Zoom joke because you're literally spend all of a Zoom meeting looking at your own screen.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
you can't help it.
Yeah.
You can't help it. So you've just turned that into like a feature of the bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
like
my
it.
bit.
I like it.
I'm gonna do it on stage one of these days. It's gonna go over really well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I wanted you guys on the gallery show so many times, but our shows were always on the same nights.
Yeah.
The Stick Horses Pants. I was
Yeah.
so happy when I finally got you. But yeah, that was a great show. You did the big piano mat.
Oh, I wish
bit.
that worked.
Yeah, it was funny.
It's still funny.
I don't
It's still
think
funny.
Did the piano short out or something? I kind of black out my own shows because I'm so
I don't know.
like I'm focused on the production of it. I can't even register whether I can
Yeah.
hear the laughter to tell if somebody's doing a good job or not, but I can't tell if I think the jokes are funny. It really bums me out.
Yeah, I remember that show. Casey did a fantastic job.
I did an okay job. It's hard to follow me. Maybe not
Yeah.
because I'm super funny, but it's just hard to follow someone like me.
Well, I do think you're super funny, but yes, you have a very it's hard to follow Bobcat Goldthwait from the 80s and 90s, right? You have that manic you're going to destroy the room.
Yeah, but
Period.
maybe not even
Yeah.
with laughter. Maybe with just even awe. Like, okay, now it
Yeah.
takes some
Yeah.
time to fucking
Yeah.
settle my brain after this shit. What happened?
I mean, even like George Wagner, who was a guest on the show already, but he, when I recorded my album, he did the Something Weird portion of the gallery show and he calls it cat food, but essentially it's just like fucked up oatmeal. And
Yeah.
he just made oatmeal on stage, but his
I've
shirt,
seen that bit.
his shirt comes off. He's sawing wood at one point, and
It's incredible.
it's so funny, and the room responded to it so well they forgot what stand-up comedy was.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know.
George gets it then.
Yeah,
George
no,
gets
George
it.
gets it.
George is fantastic.
Yeah.
I like doing that weird stuff because I get so tired
Mm-hmm.
of going to mics, hearing the same jokes from funny people, but it's just the same jokes,
Right.
slight variations, and it gets boring.
Yeah.
My confidence really goes down when I'm trying to do a joke.
Yeah.
When I'm trying to be up there and trying to do like a shtick or something, my confidence really I don't know. You guys have probably seen it when because there's those breaks between my fucking whole blah, 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 shit. There's those breaks where I'm trying to do actual jokes. And it's like, these aren't working. What's happening?
I mean, I don't think that's true. I just think the reaction's different, and you don't know how to cope with the change in
It's like, I
face,
really want
maybe.
more reaction.
Yeah. I don't want people just laughing. I
Yeah.
want them confused.
So where's their confusion?
That's what really gets me going.
Casey, what made you switch from? Because I remember when you first started, you were more traditional,
Yeah.
and you just talked about your dick all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
What made you change?
You. Honestly, you
What?
and was it John Brown or Wade? Maybe been a little bit more Wade than John Brown. I don't think I knew John Brown till what were we talking about earlier about the downtown bar?
The Union
The
Station.
Union Station. I
yeah.
don't think I knew John Brown till Union Station. So it was Wade, you, and Garrett fucking Waller.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Garrett Waller and Paul Rosales.
Yeah.
When you're
Who
up
doesn't
in-
even do
Yeah, he's
comedy
not in it
anymore.
No, when you're
Yeah.
up in Pueblo doing comedy, though, it was different back in the day. It
Yeah.
was different than it is doing comedy here in the Springs. When you do comedy here in the Springs, everybody was very caring. Wanted you
Yeah.
to do fucking better. Wanted you to be their fucking friend. When you're in Pueblo, no one wanted to be your friend. Not a single person wanted to be your
Yeah.
friend. So you had to fight. You had to actually
Yeah.
be like a good comic to
Yeah.
get friends out there. And that's
Yeah.
all I wanted was everybody to be my friend.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, well, I got to move away from what I laugh at on podcasts because I was stuck on like Kevin Smith podcast at the time.
Right,
so,
right.
So stuck on like Kevin Smith and Jason Hughes. Of course, I'm just going to talk about my penis.
Yeah.
So,
Chris,
but
can
then
you
you
grab
move
this?
on, and you move on, and you kind of evolve, and people make fun of you enough. Garrett Waller walks out on you enough. You and Mel walked out on me enough. There was a lot of people that literally would walk out when I would get up on stage.
I felt so touched that I was part of your evolution. That it was because I was being mean, and now I feel bad.
Maybe I would be a better comedian if I had started 6 months earlier and had to go to Pueblo for shows. But
it was tough.
Different
man.
time.
It was
It's how the
and what's
scene
crazy
probably
is
was in the 90s.
it really wasn't that much, because you only probably started like 9 months before I did or something. It wasn't that much.
My first stand-up set is on YouTube. My very first one is on YouTube.
Oh no!
My very first one's
I
on
love
YouTube.
this story.
Someone recorded me without me like getting my without any permission. But yeah, it's up there. It's not good.
Yeah,
it's really bad.
The first thing that comes up when you, because I have Googled my own name, if you Google Andrew Ingram comedian, is a veteran show that the Sterners did in Pueblo when I'd been doing stand-up for 6 months. And it's I don't know why it's the first thing that comes up, because it's only got like 20 views, and I have better stand-up videos with more views, but it's what shows up, and I don't know how to stop that from happening.
Yep.
It's
those shows are rough.
Yeah.
When I got booked on a Sterner show, I went down and I was waiting outside the bar for the show to start, and Pam Sterner comes up and says, "Are you here for the show?" I said, "Yes, Pam, you booked me. I'm Chris."
Yeah. I actually really appreciated doing their shows because they'd let me headline. They let me headline like 3 times right before I recorded my album, and I needed the time. I needed the time really bad to do the whole set, and they let me do it. So,
it was my first headliner gig too, I think, actually, was a Sterner show. And I did fucking 45 minutes.
Oh no.
And people hated it. There's a picture that keeps circulating from that show, and it's me on like a piano, down on my knees, just fucking dripping in sweat. Probably about 43 minutes in, like,
It's a certain crowd.
We did it in a 2-person show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did that this week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me about it. How'd it go?
It was fun.
It was a good show if people would have showed up.
Yeah, we're still trying to build the venue, but it was like, I don't know. I had not done improv since February.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you too. And it was, I was so nervous going up to do it again. Because what we do is long form.
Yeah.
So it's a full hour, start to finish, no breaks, no. It's not different games. It's one play that we do for a full hour. And so I was nervous because I hadn't even done short form since February.
Yeah.
But we pulled it out. It was
did.
fun.
We did a really good job.
Yeah.
I feel like there's not too many people that could have pulled out a better job than us.
Yeah.
And I don't want to toot our own flute.
Well, you guys are kind of locked in too. Like, your styles are so complementary to each other. Your brains don't work on the same wavelength, but they're comparable. They're comparable wavelengths.
We're weird Laurel and Hardy.
We are.
Yeah.
We totally are. We totally are. I shared that picture earlier today, where a year ago today we were that mustache.
Yeah, mustache and nose. I saw that.
Mustache and
I
nose.
love that picture.
God, that was one of my favorite improv nights. It's like it's nights like those that keep you going.
Yeah.
I reference golf a lot. You get enough good hits to keep you going.
I like it. I like it. So what was, just to get into the nuts and bolts of like how this works, what was the setup for your play, and how did it evolve as you went?
So we've done a few different styles, some more shticky than others. What we did this past Wednesday is we based it kind of off the Middleditch and Swartz Netflix specials.
Yeah, they're really good.
They're fantastic.
Amazing, yeah.
Fantastic.
I didn't know about Key and Swastika till after he told me about it. But
Damn it, Casey.
what? Key and Swastika.
That's not.
All right, he's right. It's Middle Earth and Swartz.
So, yeah, I had to deal with that all night on Wednesday. It was like, yeah, we should do cuttlefish and sweaty pants. So we went up. We asked for a major life event. They said surgery. And so we asked some of the crowd about their surgery stories.
Yeah.
We got some good stuff there.
Yeah.
That was actually probably one of my favorite parts of the show is just us talking to the crowd about their
Bantering.
surgery.
Yeah.
And then we went off, and it evolved from there. It turned out to be like a circus freak show
Okay.
type thing.
Yeah, so it was a doctor that had a freak show. What was cool about it is, I mean, just like Middleditch and Earth or whatever, whatever the name is, they did they would switch characters where like you could be interchangeable of characters. So that's the way we played. I feel like since we started off, it took a slow amount to start off. We were kind of trying to make it like scenes at first. At least I think I was trying to make it scenes more than anything else.
It took a little while to find our groove.
Yeah, we found it though.
Yeah,
we found
it.
it.
We absolutely did.
And I don't know if it was a long time, but we found a groove. It takes a minute to find it though.
Yeah, well, and when something isn't clicking as well as you want, time slows down.
Oh,
Time on stage when you're, especially if you know this is gonna take 3 minutes to get through, it feels like 10.
Yeah.
You know,
and that's whenever I teach improv, I tell people that it's you could take pauses. The pauses because so many people go up, they want to do improv, they say the absolute first thing that comes into their mind, and they don't have the instincts to do that correctly.
Right.
So take a pause. It'll feel like an eternity to you, but the audience doesn't notice.
Yeah.
I want to do more just two-person shows, though.
Yeah.
I want to do more just two-person shows that maybe are a little bit more, less stick horse PG and more PG-13 kind of area.
So so stick horses in pants. Stick horses in pants.
In pants.
In pants.
Not
First of all, is the best improv troupe in town. Fuck you, Ryder. I know you're one of the only 20 people that listen to this podcast.
I guarantee
Ryder.
Ryder doesn't listen to this because
No.
because I've been meaning to book Ryder for a long time and haven't booked him yet. So he's definitely not listening.
Ryder.
Well, don't listen to this podcast then when you get booked. Fucker.
Oh no.
You're so uncomfortable talking shit.
So I don't like I don't like
Ryder
doing
and
that.
Gabe, look out.
'Cause
Me and fucking Chris
No,
and Casey are coming.
No.
For you, Ryder and Gabe.
Don't do that.
Well, it's been
You guys
done.
are just gonna form a super group.
You just got served.
You'll be the Led Zeppelin of Colorado Springs improv.
I'm gonna make sure that Casey's not speaking for me. Say that I like Ryder and Gabe.
I like them too.
You're such a coward, Chris.
I like them too, but we're taking you on. You're gonna get served.
But we are the best improv in Colorado. We definitely have been around the longest. Stick Horses and Pants has been around 16 years now.
Yeah. Sometimes the family-friendly part hinders us a little bit, though. I think in the local scene, at least, where it comes to
Yeah. So
that kind
I
of
mean,
part.
so for so long, what we did was just short form,
Right.
which is just games, which is the whose line is it anyway stuff, and then we decided to branch out, do long form, which is much more interesting.
Which I feel like we're getting even more of a response from.
Yeah, you do it well, you get more of a response.
Yeah.
Which we're doing it well. We have.
It is harder, but if you're clicking,
it's like
it's more
short form.
impressive.
Short form is like eating candy. You pop a candy in your mouth. Yum! It's over.
That's why most comics hate fucking improv.
Yeah. long form is like a meal.
Right.
And most comics do hate improv.
Well, here's what I'll say. I love doing improv. It's a lot of fun. I am not any good at it.
That's why they hate it, because they're not good at it.
Well, that's part, but that's part of it. But I've done improv on stage with people who are probably less talented at it than you guys. But it always winds up being something that's more fun for us than the audience, and I hate that aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
And like on some level, all comedy is masturbatory, right? Like, it is a self-serving art. All art is probably partially self-serving. Comedy may be more self-serving than other art forms, but it's hard when I can't turn off the fact that I am having a great time up here and these people are fine with it. or worst case, I'm fine with this and they're having a bad time.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you know what? I think that's a really good perspective on it too. I think that's where a lot of improv people fall. I think that's like the downfall of a lot of improv improvisers. Improvers is that they are just trying to have fun up there instead of trying to make the audience laugh. Because there's a rule in improv that I think there's a lot of people need to either actually listen to or not. I feel like there's a lot of people that shouldn't listen to it. Is to not go for the joke.
Mm-hmm.
Go for the fucking joke, dude. If someone's there and you got it, like, just go for it.
Yeah.
Stop volleying it between each other. Stop fucking like, oh, you get the joke. No, you get the joke. No, you get the joke. Like, no, take the fucking joke.
Right. It's the comedic version of jazz.
It is.
You're playing to the jokes that aren't there, and which I think plays into why comedians have a hard time with it as well.
Yeah, well, comedians, what I see with a lot of comedians is that their relationship with the audience is very competitive.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're
talking to you, John
enemies.
Brown. We're talking to you, John Brown.
It's like they're enemies, but I mean, and some people are a lot of funny.
A lot of funny.
Some people are a lot of funny.
Some people are funny that way. But it doesn't work in improv, and I think that's why a lot of comics, stand-up comics, are
right.
They tried improv, they tried doing it that way, and it didn't work.
Okay, but what about like the Paul Scheer, Jason Mantzoukas effect, where I feel like they have that combative energy with any crowd? I guess I haven't seen them do improv. I've just seen their personas in other formats, but it seems like they're very combative. And they come from the improv background.
I don't know. I haven't seen them do straight improv.
I guess I haven't seen them actually do improv.
I haven't seen them actually do improv either.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been thinking about them a lot because I rewatched the Chris Gethard show recently. And
awesome.
It is awesome. And they were on the dumpster episode, which I don't have that many listeners, but if you are listening and you have not watch the Chris Gethard show. Most people haven't. You can find the entire episode on YouTube. The dumpster episode of the Chris Gethard show is one of the funniest things I've ever seen on television.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's Jason Mantzoukas and Paul Scheer come on the show. They're kind of like Chris Gethard's older brothers in improv, and he's got a show. They come on with a lot of big dick energy, just kind of bagging on Chris for his little show. And there's a dumpster on stage, and the conceit of the show is they have to guess what's inside it. And they keep bagging on Chris. People are calling in. It's a call-in show. People are calling in, guessing what's in. And at some point, he lets one of them take a peek inside the dumpster. And all of that big dick energy just drains out. And it's like, oh, okay. And then, like, 15 minutes later, the other one gets up, takes a look in the dumpster. And they're like, rattled because I can't remember who saw it first. I think it's Mantzoukas saw it first, and Paul Scheer's still trying to big dick, and then looking over at Jason and be like, oh wow, he's actually impressed. And by the end of the episode, you finally see what's in the dumpster, and it's honestly some of the best television I've ever seen. Everybody should watch that episode. It's
What's in the dumpster?
I'm not gonna. Well, okay, nobody's.
No, don't spoil it because I want to watch it.
You want to watch it?
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
You don't want to watch it?
Yeah,
You don't want to watch it?
I'll watch it.
It's on YouTube. It's the
He's
easiest
just-
thing to look up.
Andrew just told us that whole story. It left us hanging.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
now we gotta watch
Now
it.
we gotta watch
Now
it.
you gotta
yeah.
watch it. Yeah, go home and watch it, listeners.
I got as angry at Andrew right now as I did at the creators of Lost when that was on.
So you guys work together. I'm assuming this is fun?
Well,
You guys see each other a lot or no?
we do, which it is fun because, let's say, there's a very specific vibe where we work, and I think both of us kind of grade against that vibe a little bit, or a lot of it, and so it's nice having a couple people in the office that kind of jive a little different.
That feels good.
Have you talked about your new job on the show?
Not really. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess we can. We work at a car dealership.
Yeah. Selling cars.
Selling cars. Come down and figure out where I work. I'm not going to say where it is, but figure out. It's not that hard to figure out where I work. And you
It's
can.
Ford!
Yeah.
I am gonna, if you guys want to pause it or something.
Yeah. I feel like we've talked enough about our job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, when did you start doing comedy, Andrew? What age?
I was 26.
You were 26.
Yeah.
So how old are you now?
I'm 32.
I started when I was 21.
Yeah.
I started when I was 19.
19.
Yeah. I would switch places with either of you.
No, you
doing
wouldn't.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
and you've when we were talking about it the other night when you first started, we've just seen such an improvement.
Oh,
since-
thanks.
Oh,
since
yeah.
the-
Well,
since
thanks for
since
coming
the
on my
beginning.
podcast to give me compliments.
Yeah.
But no, I mean honestly, it was like it was it's crazy because I haven't seen anybody else's development like that because
There are some people who come out and just keep coming
Plateau.
out.
Yeah.
Plateau.
Yeah.
Or never even get better at all.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
plateauing
Right.
is. I mean,
They-
I guess they
they
just
started at
yeah,
the plateau.
There was
Yeah.
just it's Indiana.
Yeah.
It's just flat as a motherfucker, dude. They didn't even see it a hill.
Sometimes you go up a little for a cornfield and then come back down. Yeah. Well, thank you. I think two things happened. Well, one major thing happened. Two things happened. One is I finally got out of the National Guard, and so I started while I was still technically in the Army, though I was just part-time.
And what, that mentally had you in a different spot?
It did a little bit, but it also it just created anxiety in my life because I wasn't built for it. It wasn't something in some ways I'm glad I did it, but it wasn't ever what I was built for.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is I met my wife, and that had two effects. One, I was in a healthy relationship for the first time in my life, which gave me a certain amount of confidence I'd never had before. And once we got very serious and realized we were going to get married and spend the rest of our lives together, I realized that if I love comedy and I can't stop doing it, I can't be fucking around because it takes away from my relationship. If I'm not approaching this in some respect like a job, then I can't justify spending 3 to 5 nights a week not with my wife.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
And that's really what kicked it. We got engaged at Christmas time a couple years ago. I decided about that time I was going to record an album over the summer, and I spent the rest of that year. We were engaged. We were planning a wedding, and it was like, okay, but I'm also planning for this album because even if the album doesn't do anything, I have to better myself. I have to be working towards something in this comedy thing if I'm going to keep doing it. And that locked me in. So really, I think most of my growth in comedy has happened over the past year and a half. And that was mainly because of her. So
that's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I love to hear that. That's amazing. I'm sure she would love it. One of the 20 listeners is going to love to hear that, I'm sure. But
she doesn't listen to this.
She
Are you
doesn't
kidding?
listen
No,
to this?
fuck no.
What the hell?
No.
No.
No, she's supportive. I make her read all my short stories before I post them. That's all I ask of her. She'll come out to really big shows, but otherwise it's like...
that's something that I love about Janine, is that she is very supportive. She wants to be a part of all of it, but she's very supportive at the same time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
She wants to literally be a part of every single thing I do, though. Which is like, okay, let me just do it.
It does help that she's pretty goddamn funny.
She's very funny.
She's
so
funny.
That helps.
It's super does help.
She hasn't done stand-up in a long, long time either.
No, she hasn't. I don't know when the last time was. I can't even think of it.
Yeah.
She doesn't like it because of the whole social scene. She doesn't like the whole thing either. I'm all about it too. I hate the whole thing, the whole vibe, the whole thing, the whole everything.
There's... Well, and see, that was honestly, like... It came down to a beggars can't be choosers. Like, because I hate any competitive element to anything I hate. I just I'm not attracted to it, so I'm very keep my head down. But you guys are from here. You have your own social scenes in one way or another. All of my friends moved away about the time I started comedy, and so like everyone I know in this town is in the comedy scene.
I love hanging out with comics. But not all comics.
Right.
There's this saying, I don't know where I heard this, I forgot, but it's like there are comics who got called the F word in high school, and there are comics who called people the F word in high school.
Right.
And I much would
what
much
word
rather
is
hang
that,
out with
Chris?
them. Oh, I'm not gonna say it now.
Philanthropist?
Excuse me, how do you spell philanthropist, Andrew?
I don't know. I can't spell.
F-A-G?
G.
Is that how you spell philanthropist?
Anthropist.
I got called a lot in high school. I remember crying and asking my mom, what's a faggot?
Okay, Casey said it. We can move on.
Casey said it. They all know now.
We're all fucking racist.
Okay, we're...
Well, we voted for Biden.
Okay, thanks Christopher Titus in 2006. I mean, yeah. Have you guys... Oh, I forgot what I was going to ask. Was comedy something you were obsessed with before you started doing it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
No.
No?
No. I'm actually probably the person you guys don't want to hang out with. I was the guys calling people that.
Yeah.
I played a lot of sports. I did a lot of stuff. Literally, the mantra I lived on when I did stand-up comedy is if you're not trying to be the best person in the room, then why the fuck are you here?
I don't
John
relate
Brown
to,
told me that, and literally when he told me that, it changed me 100%. Like, I turned around completely. But then literally, like overdoing years of improv and doing like just hanging out and stuff, I've learned to like rely on other people and try to be more open. Like, I'm not that anymore. But when I was doing stand-up religiously, when you knew me, when I was like out in the fucking scene every fucking day and shit, if you're not trying to be the best person in the scene, then why the fuck are you there?
Yeah.
That's what John Brown said to me once, and I love John Brown. He's my favorite fucking person. He literally, I text him more than I text anybody else in the scene, and I love him. And he told me that, but that was, I can see that in him and not as much in me.
Right. Yeah. No.
I could definitely see that in John.
Yeah.
It is.
I don't see that as much in me, and it was weird that was a mantra that I lived by.
Yeah.
And there's
It's
other
not
podcasts
exactly
probably
your-
with me saying that on
Yeah.
it.
It's not exactly your vibe.
No,
like
no.
and I don't think it ever was.
No.
But I can see you worked really hard for a long time.
Yeah.
And that I guess makes sense. Like it
It caused me a lot more stress than it
Yeah.
did anything
Well, and I think
else.
John
It
would
made me
say
not
that
want
mentality.
to do it anymore than anything.
I don't want to put words in John's mouth, but I think he would say it causes him stress as well.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
yeah.
He'd be honest about that.
I started stand up in Chicago, and I knew then that I was different than any other comic that was working there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I never wanted to get into that competitive mindset because one, it's Chicago, there are professional comics working there, and I had been doing it 6
you don't want to
months.
get into that.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to be the best, but I could be the most unique, and I
Right.
could be better this week than I was last week. So that's what I go by.
Yeah.
It's just like
See, and that's such a better mindset to go by. It puts you in a lot less of a stressful area.
It's a more zen mindset, and it's a harder mindset to get into though.
But you got
you know,
you guys also got to put yourself in the same spot that I was in. I was in the Thompson Boys with
oh yeah,
with Ben Verback and John Brown.
Yeah.
Then I was and Dave Frost. R.I.P. Of course.
R.I.P.
We all love fucking Dave Frost.
Love
He was
Dave
great.
Frost.
He did not love me, but
He
fucking
didn't love
funny.
me either, and we were in
Fucking
the same group.
hilarious dude.
Didn't love
So
me
funny.
either.
He's so funny.
He actually hated my every time he would come up to me, he'd be like, I would work for hours on the exact wording that I would say, and you can just go up there and say whatever, and fart comes up your fucking ass, and you can get a fucking laugh.
Look, it's not
He
his
gets
fault.
so mad.
It's not your fault. You have Steve Buscemi eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have really good facial expressions. But and then I was also in that troupe with Evan Pliss and
Oh,
Paul,
yeah.
and Paul Rosales and John Bueno, and everybody in that is kind of like, I need to. All of those people are like the top of the top, and I'm always trying to be like, I need to get better than all of you.
Right.
And you're not gonna get better than most of those people.
When I started, especially, my self-esteem was so low that wasn't even like a thought in my head. It was like, I can't be what John Brown is, you know, like, because when I started, like, I liked comedy movies, but I was not a comedy nerd. And so, to me, what John Brown was doing was exactly the same as what Bill Burr was doing when I watched Bill Burr stand-up specials.
And there's a lot of people that would say that.
Yeah, I mean, and so the idea that I could be that in any way, shape, or form never crossed my mind. And so but like the whole mentality that you've got to be the best, it's like, okay, but like Maria Bamford's the best.
Yeah.
But so's Bill Burr.
Bill Burr's the best. Maria Bamford's the best.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor's the best.
Richard Pryor's the best. Rory Scovel's probably the best working right now. Or in his...
Yeah.
In the... I don't even want to say up-and-comer because he's very, very established.
Andy Kaufman.
Andy
You guys are
Kaufman
all
is
wrong.
the best.
Yeah, Andy
Of course,
Kaufman's
Andy
the best.
Kaufman. Of course, Andy
You guys are
Kaufman.
all wrong.
That
It's Andy
is the
Kaufman.
best. No, I think that comedy is like punk music, where there's all these subgenres.
Yeah.
Which is exactly
They just don't have
why,
names.
And I know why. And is Ben Verback one of the 20? Ben, are you on here?
Probably not.
Are you on here, Ben?
Ben Verbeck would never support anything I do.
Ben, listen to me. Ben, listen to me.
And I say that as a friend.
I started Comedy Anarchy, and that's because I did. He knows it. He knows it.
This is gonna be funny to
He
no
knows
one
it.
else. This is so funny to me.
He knows it. He knows I started it. He knows I started it. Because there's this... I used to say it all the time. There's this section in comedy, right? Where you're on stage and you have this fucking set joke. You're like, I got this fucking great song that I'm playing. And then you just forget how to fucking play, right? You're just up there and you're like, oh shit, I'm up here now. And everybody's looking at me. And now everybody's gotta fucking laugh. Now I gotta make them laugh. And you're up here, dude, and they're looking at you. And you're like, okay, all right, I gotta say something. That moment right there, that's comedy anarchy. I don't give a fuck anywhere, anything else, what else you're saying. I've said it forever. Comedy anarchy is that fucking moment. And I've said it forever. When you're on stage, and that's why improv is so great. When you're on stage and you have this set fucking thing and everything is going great, and then you don't know what to do. And there's that moment of just, you know, everything just fucking drops. And you're like, what do I do? What do I just show him my dick? What? That's comedy anarchy, man.
Yeah,
that's the moment of comedy anarchy. I love punk music though. So
I think all of us. I was smoking a cigarette outside of work last week. And Chris was on a later shift and just rolls up listening to Nazi punks fuck off in a Volvo, by the way.
It was when the election was still not called, so I was very into getting Nazi punks to fuck off.
Yeah. Did you guys hear about what I did? About what I did here in town? Are you guys following me?
What'd you do? What'd you do, Casey?
Let's say yes, but tell. Made it in the local Manitou paper.
Yeah.
But I also I went live when I did on my Instagram. But and I had like fucking 60 people watching, which is a lot. That's a decent amount of people watching.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
There's a guy in town that walks up and down town, and he's a Trump supporter. He carries a big Trump flag, and he yells things the whole time. He even yells at women like, "You nasty woman," when they are like a Biden supporter.
Jesus.
Like, "You nasty woman," and he yells at like dudes that are Biden supporters, like, "He's just a beta, I'm just an alpha," and he raises his flag. Like, this is insane.
Yeah.
So one day I was driving by.
That man has never had sexual relations with a woman.
Well, he has one lady out there that wears no mask, but she has dreads, and she hangs out with him. Nasty woman.
I feel like that's his caretaker.
His nurse.
Yeah.
Anyways, every time I drive through town and I see him, I flip him off. I mean, it's just what I do. And he normally just makes a face at me, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Because I'm sure there's so many people that flip him off. One day, though, I flipped him off, and he tried to fight me. Like, he literally, called me out of my car, was like, "Come and fight me! Like, come and get me, man! You're a beta! Come and get me!" And, I was riled.
Yeah.
I was like, this is, I'm feeling tense. So what I did, instead of fighting him, being an adult, I came to the house, and I wrote on a sign, 4 more years of racism. And on the back of the sign, I wrote, grab your ballots by the pussy. And I stood right next to him with my sign, 4 more years of racism. So any fucking person that took and he was marching up and down and I just, with my sign, chanting, 4 more years of racism, 4 more years of racism.
See, if I did that, being as bald as I am, they just assume I was being
serious.
serious.
No, people thought I was serious.
Oh, really?
No, I was an insane amount of people that were so...
We are in Manitou Springs, guys.
It feels weird, though, the amount of people that would give me a thumbs up, and then give him a thumbs up right afterwards.
Oh, no.
That would be 4 more years of racism.
Oh,
Trump.
no.
There was a decent amount. I wish I would have saved the live, because there was a lot of people that, were confrontational when I was out there.
Yeah.
Tried to fight me when I was out there. I literally was I had to yell at one guy. I was like, 6 feet, or else I'm going to call the cops. 6 feet, 6 feet. And I got in his face. I'm surprised I wasn't viral.
Jesus Christ. I do love that satire really is dead. Like
Satire's dead.
Yeah, like
People didn't get it, dude. People actually like thought I was like serious. A lot of people thought I was serious.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, there was a lot of like people that were like Hispanic though that were for Trump.
Yeah.
That would come up to me and be like what's racist about Trump? Like, okay. What he ran
A
on,
lot of stuff.
literally what he ran on.
Yeah.
Like his political views.
There are a lot of Guatemalan kids in cages still.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
There are.
So many. Does that not
Yeah.
make everybody cry?
It sucks so
There's
hard.
over like
It's not even a talking point anymore, though. Like,
how many are there? There's like over 500, right?
There are over
there-
500
yes.
that they cannot find the
Their
parents for.
parents
yeah,
for.
yeah, there are
They
thousands
cannot
and thousands.
track down their parents.
Yeah,
But there are thousands of them.
yeah, it's.
Do you think the parents think that they are in a better place being in this spot?
No.
Or do you think the
No,
parents
I'm sure they
want
know.
their
nobody,
children back?
nobody. I mean, and it's a tough thing because it's like, oh, well, we can go risk getting put in detention centers, or the cartels can kill us.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the choices that these people have to make. A lot of them, I went and visited, went back down to Ecuador a couple years ago, and because a lot of the South American economies have collapsed in the past couple of years, but Ecuador's very strong at the moment, or was when I was there. I'm not entirely sure how it's going post-pandemic, but they have a lot of refugees, and they're handling it a lot better than we are.
Yeah.
And it's like, I grew up here. This place is supposed to be I love that country. It is a mess, or it was a mess when I grew up there, and it's doing much better now, and they're handling a refugee crisis.
It's ridiculous. I don't know why we can't.
We
do
can.
those things.
We can.
I don't know why people don't want us to do those things.
Because they want somebody to blame other than rich people.
No, it's because
they want to
priorities
be
are
rich
elsewhere.
people.
It doesn't matter who they want to blame or where it's at. Their priorities are elsewhere. You know, they just don't want to. Everybody's got different priorities. Theirs is money.
Yeah.
Ours is human life.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
kind of where it's at.
Yeah.
I rewatched The Big Short last night, and so I'm very, the epilogue of that movie is there's a fake out where Neil Young's playing, and it's like, and Frank Baum was wrong.
Yeah.
All these bankers went to jail, and
Yeah.
there was vast reform across America. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Everybody got bailed out, and they blamed everything on immigrants and poor people.
Yep.
Yeah.
The American dream.
Yeah. Well, that was sad.
Well, no, it's not. It's not. And we're about to get into the business part of this fucking podcast, which is even more sad.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, that being said, you guys are in a fairly successful improv troupe as far as flyover state improv troupe things go.
And,
You know?
well, when the pandemic ends or when COVID starts getting a little less of a fucking grip around our necks, then yes, we will have an improv troupe again. But until then, it feels like it's kind of got a grip around us.
Yeah.
It's been tough with this whole thing, and we shut down. Like we don't do practices.
Yeah.
We started doing those shows, but
Practices was once a week.
yeah, once a week we did practice, and we haven't done that since February.
I'm about to just pull up to Chris's house every fucking week and just be like, "Hey, come listen to punk music." In the car."
Yeah. But it kind of sucks. This whole thing shut it down completely.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to wait and see what happens to our fan base.
Well, and even then, do we have a show next week because the whole shutdown again?
I don't know. We'll have to figure it out.
I don't think we do.
But I mean, we were talking about that 2-person show we did. We didn't do a 2-person show because we didn't have more people. We did a 2-person show because of COVID restrictions.
Yeah.
Right.
The long form shows we do with the full troupe are divine.
Yeah.
Are transcendent. They're amazing.
Yeah, they're different.
Improv
Yeah.
people can
They're
say
different.
that
We
because
all hit different spots.
Yeah. and it's like 6 brains working together as one brain to do a show, and it's just incredible. And we had a lot of fun on Wednesday, but it wasn't the full show. It wasn't everybody working together. So it kind of makes me sad.
Yeah. Well, so let me ask you, in happier times, what's kind of the business model of Stick Horses and Pants? How do you approach things? Because I know you guys you've been around for a long time, and so just by at the very least sheer force of time, you've been able to develop a fan base and a business model.
Yeah.
How does that work for you guys?
Well, we have I would say 3 main things that we do for income. So it would be our regular shows, which for a long time were just the short form shows, and we did very well on those.
Now they're getting more long form, and then we're spreading out to other. We're spreading out to other
venues and forms and stuff. But we did monthly or sometimes semi-monthly shows.
Also classes. So we will teach classes where we have good sign up because we have good people coming into our regular shows.
Yeah.
We would announce them there. Those people that feel like they can do that will come and take a show, obviously.
Yeah. Then private shows.
Shows.
If things were normal, we would be coming into the season where we would be doing Christmas parties. So in December, we usually have like I don't know, 5 or 6 shows throughout the month.
Private shows would make us a lot of money.
Private shows make us a lot.
Because Chris is a stickler. He's not going to make us cheaper than what we would ever need to be.
Why would I? We have
Chris
a price. People have paid it, and that's what we're worth.
That's what we're worth. That's what we've done before.
Yeah, and we do corporate trainings as well, which are very fun.
It's probably about a 75% of the time they are happy.
Yeah.
Right? Am I not?
For corporate
shows.
Oh, corporate shows.
Corporate events.
Yeah.
75.
Mandatory fun is a hard sell.
It's hard because they are captive audience. It's hard because the people booking us don't understand.
Say the hardest part of it though. Say the hardest part of booking this fucking
meals.
They have to sit there and they have to eat the whole fucking time, and they're up
eating,
getting their.
They're
up
up
getting
going,
shit.
getting refills.
Yeah.
And we're trying to do our whole thing with half the attention of the whole
insane.
crowd. Yeah.
So it's like doing an open mic almost.
It's
close to it.
It's like doing an open mic for people who are paid to be there.
Yeah.
It's doing an open mic that they're paying you a lot of money to do, so you feel like you're really fucking up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It does. You feel like you're fucking up,
Yeah,
right? Am I not right?
It's like we charged this much money for that show.
Yeah.
So you're not 8 years in. You're 9 years in.
Stand up?
No, fucking
Improv?
Improv.
No,
Stick Horses.
8 years I've been in the troupe.
Are you sure?
It'll be 8 years in March.
I am 5 years in the troupe.
Yeah.
You were only in the troupe 2 years before me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I was. I wasn't the.
I thought he was way before me.
I wasn't the.
He was he just showed up and started throwing his dick around.
Yeah, no.
Well, that makes me feel better because I thought you were a big boss man. That's the only reason I made it in the troupe in the first place.
No. Well, you made it in the troupe because we let everyone in the troupe that year.
You did.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Rough.
That was the worst.
Let me ask you this, because I feel like as a comic, there's like a responsibility for me to like explore other avenues and get better at them to like put in my toolbox. If I took one of your classes, because that is something I've thought about in the past, if I took one of your classes and I said dick a lot, would I get in trouble?
No, we would not be happy, but no.
This is
when
what
you're in this class, there's probably going to be children there.
Right.
So you aren't going to want to say dick.
Right.
I mean, if anything, in itself, you might, like, slip and say the F word or something.
Yeah.
But you'll never be like, my Peters are so...
Right.
What I always tell classes at the very start is, like, we are a family-friendly troupe.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and keep this class family-friendly. but you're not gonna get in trouble if you don't. I'm not
Right.
gonna yell and chastise you for that.
Yes, and my Auschwitz bit. Yes, and my Auschwitz bit. You 4-year-old.
Oh, oof. Yeah. But,
Yeah.
man, teaching classes is hard.
I like it.
But like, if you were in Chicago, if
enjoy
you were
it.
in New York or LA, that would be most of like what you do as an improviser, right? Is
Well, yeah. I mean, at those big places like UCB or Second City,
or ground leagues or whatever.
those big places. That's like a full-time job.
Yeah.
You could. That's your job. That's what you
I
do.
mean, and honestly, we could probably do that now. That's what Megan does as a full-time job. So me and you could probably do that as a full-time job.
You guys could probably put on a workshop.
We could probably do that as a full-time job.
You could
Yeah.
probably do a
Like, for
monthly
real.
workshop for comics. You wouldn't get paid a lot, but like people would show
that's
up.
the thing is
We could pay our rent from it.
I find it hard to do classes because it's these people. I always thought you need to be a little bit weird to do improv.
It's
Yeah.
not true. You can just be anybody. You can be a Trump supporter. You could be a fucking you could be person missing 9 teeth right in the front.
You have to be a little bit weird to do well in improv.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But to sign up for the classes, you can be
sign up for
fucking
the class,
anybody.
You can be anybody. I find it hard to teach classes because a lot of the people taking the classes are so desperately normal
Yeah.
that, like, I taught this one class and there's this guy there that could not come up with a suggestion for a scene.
Yeah. Wow.
And we were doing this.
That's a good character though. That's a good character. It's just like come up with a city.
That's like a 12 layers deep UCB. Yeah. It's like no, look, Jeremy, we just need to get you. Look, anything. It could be the dentist's office. It could be, you could be on a flight. I don't know.
I got one.
Hey, you have a grandma. You're at grandma's house, right? No. Wait. What do you got? What do you got, Jeremy?
I don't know.
God damn it, Jeremy! This class is only an hour. These people paid to be here.
What a good character. What a good character.
We were doing the actual story is fantastic because we were doing late for work, which you need to a suggestion for that game is you need a reason why you would be late. So I said,
You got one.
Mister, what is the reason you would be late? And 5 full minutes go by, and he's like, I don't know. It's like, just like anything. What's a normal reason for you that you would be late? Why have you been late in the past? He's like, I don't know. And finally he comes and says, the only thing coming to my mind is the only thing coming to my mind is the wife needs a quickie before you go.
The children here.
Okay, sure.
Only thing coming to my mind.
The only thing coming to my mind. Only thing coming to my mind is that the wife needs it. Needs the fastest sex she's ever had in her life. She's yearning for it.
I love the idea of a guy. He's the most buttoned-down guy in the world. He's just, I've never been late for my job. I clock out exactly at 5 o'clock. I am a model employee. I've never been late, but one morning my wife just needed so hard.
It's like, I need to go to work. No, not right now. I need to go to work. It's like, but honey, I want you to nut so fast that I don't even feel it.
Only thing I can think of.
It's the only thing.
It's fucked up.
Jesus.
All right, you guys got to finish off this 6-pack because I'm not taking it back inside.
Okay.
You
Well,
don't need one more?
I don't need one more.
well, we can't go in your house, and I have to pee already.
There's
so.
a bathroom in there.
In
Right.
where?
Right inside right there. You can go
Oh,
inside.
okay.
Yeah,
All right. All right. Well, maybe we do that, and then we close out the episode. How's that
Yeah, I'm
sound?
into
'Cause
that.
I gotta pee. Hey guys, I gotta pee. Wait,
I
Chris
cough.
has corona? Oh God.
Chris is Corona. You just.
I'm now a social pariah because I coughed.
Yeah.
Isn't that the way you feel when you got in public? Isn't that the way
Yeah,
you feel?
like you need to cough, and you're not sick, but you need to cough when you're
Right.
in public.
You're not allowed to cough. You never noticed how much you touched your face or how much you coughed until
Oh,
this
man.
coronavirus happened.
That's the only time I care about wearing my mask is when I have to itch my nose or something.
Yeah.
It's no good. All right, guys. Well, I feel like we did the work today.
We did the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all got to urinate.
Yeah, we do.
Sometime.
We've been drinking beers.
I want to check out these Manson teas. You have them?
Yeah,
You have them?
they're in my car.
You have Manson
I have 2 of them.
teas. How many does she have? She said she had 50? No. She has a lot of Manson and Tool and a lot of other
She
teas.
has a lot of tea. I don't know if it's 50. We'll take stock.
A lot of tool teas.
Tool teas.
Take some stock and let's figure this out because we're
Okay.
talking about business, right? So
Yeah.
my business at this moment, right, is I teach Chinese kids for one. That supplies me money to buy T-shirts. These T-shirts are now selling for so much. Even T-shirts from 2004, 2005, 2006. I'm selling
2007,
literally-
maybe?
I sold a
2008?
fucking Twilight shirt the other day for
Casey.
$150.
You're kidding me.
A
No.
Twilight shirt
Did it?
for
Okay.
for $150.
Movie promotion or book?
Movie promo had a big picture
Oh my God.
of Edward on it
Oh my God, that's so sad.
because he's our new Batman.
That's true. He is our new Batman.
He's a fantastic actor.
Yeah, he's a good.
He's a
actor.
very good actor.
He's a very good actor.
Just like Kay Law is, or Kay Stu. Kay Stu's a good actress too.
I feel like she's an actress that has to be used in very specific ways, but to really make her shine. But like, I do like her in a lot of things.
I think she's pretty good.
Yeah,
She's a good actress. She can really do pretty much anything.
Have you guys seen The Lighthouse?
Yeah,
I haven't.
it was
seen
so
it yet.
good.
So good.
It's one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Makes you cry.
So fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But no, I mean, so I sold that for $150. But it all takes a certain platform. You got to wait for a certain while. You got to do a certain thing. It's all about stocks. It's literally like T-shirts are almost stocks at this point, where like literally Disney will be hitting for a second, now it's not. Then movies are hitting for a second, then it's not. Then music's hitting for a second, then it's not. It's like it's crazy. Right now, music's not hitting. Right now, fucking TV and movies are hitting like none other.
well, it's probably because people are inside watching that shit all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, and you get fucking like $1,500 free from the goddamn fucking
Agents of Shield
yeah,
T-shirt.
somebody, and you get goddamn you get anything. But yeah, I can sell something that I used to wear, a Sin City T-shirt
Yeah.
with Jessica Alba on it. It's going for $100 right now.
Really?
Wow.
$100.
What do you have any T-shirts with Norm from Cheers on them?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's going for
Yeah,
like
yeah.
$75. though.
Jesus. Well, I'm not
It's
going to
weird.
spend that.
It's weird because you're not like spending all that much, but yeah, I mean, I guess that seems like a lot to you. I spent $200.
hey,
I
you know
spent
what?
$250
Once I
on a
start
T-shirt
selling
today.
these cars, man.
I spent $250 on a T-shirt today that I already have sold for $650.
Wow. What was it?
It's called it's Romeo Must Die with Aaliyah and Jet Li.
Wow.
Aaliyah's dead, but she was also a hip hop artist, and she
Yeah,
started
yeah, yeah.
very few movies.
I did not know
So
she
the
did
guy
movies.
so the guy that like sold this to me had no idea what it was, and I bought it for $250 and sold it for $650.
taking advantage
awesome.
of people.
No,
That's
it's
awesome.
not taking advantage of people. This guy had this shirt that he had no value to.
Right.
And then he sold it to me for $250. Imagine selling one of your T-shirts out of your closet to me for $250 right now. It's just like Chris. I'm gonna try to pay him $1,500 for a shit ton of T-shirts.
Yeah.
Like, because it's the average of where they sell at. It's not that high, but my platform where I'm at, you can try to sell them higher, but it's the platform where I'm at. Like I have 4,000 some odd followers, and
That's crazy, man. That's
awesome.
That's like a subculture I have no like reference point for.
yeah, it's all T-shirts. I sold literally a shirt that you bought from Walmart 3 years ago for $150.
Yeah, that's so weird.
It's just the platform that I'm on. I want to switch from doing what I'm doing, teaching Chinese kids English to just
Selling
being a
T-shirts.
T-shirt salesman.
That's awesome. That's the only point of reference I have for this is a book by William Gibson, which nobody wants to talk about William Gibson with me. I get it, but he wrote a book that one of his few that's set in like the modern era instead of like in the future or something. He's a sci-fi writer. He wrote a book about a cool hunter in like 2004, and cool hunters for a very brief period of time from like 1998 to 2005 were these people that would go out to like concerts and shit and take pictures of people's clothes and figure out what was going to be cool next, what we could charge $400. You know, they're
Hell
the people
yeah.
that invented Chinko jeans.
That's what it is right now.
Yeah.
That's what the whole scene is
Yeah.
right now. It's weird because it started with shoes, and shoes have maintained that price.
Yeah.
Now it's on to vintage T-shirts, and vintage T-shirts, literally, there was one that sold for $6,000 the other day and had a Wall Street Journal write-up.
Wow.
Then,
Jeez.
literally 2 weeks afterwards, one sold for $6.1 thousand. It's nuts,
So
dude.
$6,100.
$6,100.
I do
for
like
one
they're adding
T-shirt.
point something to thousands instead of millions.
$6,100.
But still, that's a lot.
That's a lot of
No,
money.
that's a lot of money.
Yeah, one was a genie shirt. A Disney genie shirt was the first $6,000 tee. The second tee was a Fuji's shirt that had it was a Fuji shirt with the what was it? What was it? It was the Statue of Liberty on the back of it.
Wow. I would have never guessed the Fugees of all
Fuji's.
bands.
6.1.
The Fugees
Highest
are
sold
cool,
shirt so
but-
far.
Jeez.
That's amazing, man. Yeah. So that's kind of what you want to do.
Well, kind of. I mean, I'm really I love fashion. I'm into
Yeah.
that. I'm into that kind of stuff. I'm more of I want to be more of an influencer than anything else. I mean, that's kind
Yeah.
of what I've strived to be in the first place. Being a comic is being an influencer. So, I mean, I'd love to be upwards to 10,000 followers with.
Yeah. Start doing fat Jew shit.
Yeah.
Just stealing memes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to steal memes, but I'll definitely steal someone's shirt.
Yeah.
Right off their bat.
Right off
Well,
the bat.
So-
It's called off the back challenge, though. It really is. You're not supposed to steal it, but you're supposed to buy it.
Yeah.
I almost bought a lady's shirt for $50 the other day, but she was like, "It's my husband's shirt." I was like, "But please, I'll give you another shirt plus $50 for that shirt you're wearing." It was a Batman Returns with Jim Carrey right on the fucking.
Oh, hell yeah.
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 Dude, it was amazing. And she was in Goodwill just like picking through some fucking shirts. I was like, "I want your shirt!"
Let's go out to the parking lot. I'll get that shirt off right now.
No, dude, and she said, "What do you want me to do? Walk around with no shirt on?" I was like, "No," and she's like, "You just want to see my boobs." and she literally walked out
You
of
know
Goodwill.
what though? You know what though? If I overheard that conversation, I would totally agree with her.
It's like, no, I want your shirt.
Like because just for my frame of reference, that's like a easier thing. People pay thousands of dollars for feet pictures.
Oh, yeah.
like that's a thing
Yeah.
I know happens. I did
She
not.
probably thought I was a weirdo.
Yeah, probably.
A feet person
Yeah.
guy.
A feet person guy.
Yeah.
A feet person guy.
I mean, take a lady's shirt off in public guy. But,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I offered her a Green Lantern shirt.
Right, a shittier movie.
It was very, very bad. Had Ryan Reynolds right on the front.
I would not wear a Green Lantern shirt if it was signed by Ryan Reynolds.
Have you ever heard the story of Amelia and Brian going to see Green Lantern opening night?
No.
They almost got divorced because of it.
Did one of them like it?
They said it was neither of them liked it, but Brian really wanted to go see it at the midnight showing, and Amelia didn't, and she says it's the biggest fight they've ever had.
That's hilarious. I mean, I remember there was a period of time when my parents, who are missionaries, were going out to movies with their friends a lot, and they went and saw Alexander with another missionary couple.
Cool.
With, let's say
pretty
that
rad.
is the art house film of period
Yeah.
war movies.
Yeah.
And a lot of
Good for missionaries seeing
yeah.
Alexander. Let's
Well,
give a-
right,
a-
but
a
like
clap.
it was not a pleasant experience for anyone involved. They were in like the front row, just looking up at Colin Farrell's dong.
Yeah.
Just.
So religiously, where are you at?
I mean, I'm like, I would say I am a believer, but I do not believe in the American church in any way, shape, or form.
Chris feels uncomfortable because she knows. Because she knows. Because she knows.
Chris and I have talked about this.
Yeah.
A fair
She knows
bit.
where I'm coming at. Where
Yeah.
Where are you at religiously?
Well, I would say I'm a Christian, and for so long, because there are people who, I know a lot of people who say, I believe in Christ, but I'm not a Christian because I don't like the American church.
Right.
But I want that not to happen. I want Christianity to not be associated with Republicans anymore. So
Right.
I'm trying. The smallest thing I can do is still call myself a Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I do believe in Christ, but I am so tired of the American church, like you are, Andrew.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up very religious. My mom worked for the church, so like I was very, very. I mean, you've met my mom a few times now,
Yeah.
and she looks like a church lady. Like, you've seen
She
how
looks like
big
Dana
her hair
Carvey.
is. You've seen the floral outfit she wears.
She looks like
She
Dana Carvey.
shows up in the front row just laughing as loud as she can with her big hair and floral outfits.
Your mom is delightful.
She is delightful.
Yeah.
But she was very, still is very religious. She watches fucking Christian TV shows daily
Oof.
and stuff. I mean, she's that. But she
Like Veggie Tales?
No, like
VeggieTales.
that.
Look, I'm a VeggieTales
Who are those
apologist.
guys?
I
Who's
love
that guy?
VeggieTales.
Who's that guy? That's always.
I
on.
don't remember.
Who?
Slick
Veggie
back
Tales
hair?
guy?
No, the guy, the real guy
Oh,
with slick back hair, and he's always on.
Oh,
Joel Osteen.
Joel
Yep.
Osteen.
Yeah. She likes Joel
Yikes.
Osteen. She likes Joel Osteen.
I
That's
don't like Joel
She
Osteen.
she
No.
didn't vote for Trump, but she's very Republican.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, my family came
Well,
from
and that's
that,
why
you know?
like the voter thing doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense. It's
Yeah.
like a lot of people voted for Biden and went Republican down the rest of the
Well,
ticket.
Yeah.
Biden is very down the middle.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
none of you knew, that's why Obama chose him in the first place for vice, because he's literally
He's
right down the
so
middle.
Moderate.
He's
and
literally-
so a lot of the conservatives that I know,
Like Biden.
no, they don't like Biden
They
because
don't.
Fox News and Trump are telling them that
He's a socialist.
he's a socialist,
Yeah.
Well,
he's
and
an
he's
extremist,
not.
he's a
He's
radical.
so
He's
not.
not.
He's right down the middle.
He's not at all. Yeah.
He's right down the middle.
Yeah.
All of his views, like, I don't like him all that much as being like because I'm very extreme liberal. Like
Yeah.
I'm on the far end. Like I almost want this to be like fucking like turn us into Russia.
All right,
Let's
it's
be
on the
Russia!
podcast now. You can't. Nope.
Okay.
Let's be
Okay.
Russia. I will help you if you help me.
I will help you if you help Stalin.
Well, only if Stalin's Biden.
I don't know what that means, Casey.
What the hell are you talking about, Casey?
Casey's been drinking vodka this entire
Yeah.
time, by the way.
Only if Stalin is Biden. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, at this point, I figure we just keep rolling until Chris has to leave, because I know he's got an out. But,
What do you got to do?
Dungeons and Dragons.
oh,
Are you actually Dungeons and Dragons?
hell yeah.
Yeah.
With who?
A group of friends to do it over Zoom.
Nice.
Why have you not invited me to Zoom this? Am I not good enough?
You're fine.
I'm fine.
You're
fine,
a
Andrew.
disruptive.
Andrew, I'm fine.
Hey, Casey, you're a disruptive element in any social setting.
We should D&D with stick horses. sometime
It's true.
soon.
I'm not allowed D&D with actual D&Ders because I don't
Yeah.
D&D by the D&D fucking F fucking rules.
No, you learned D&D from Harmontown, didn't you?
I don't know where I learned D. I learned D&D when I was a kid, and I never played it by the rules. Everybody fucking never wanted to play with me. I never knew why. Everybody was like, I guess I can do that.
Oh, okay.
That was what every time I try to do something, everybody's like, I guess. You can
Well, it's fun
do
to
that.
play that way. It's really hard for a DM to like restructure what's gonna happen.
DMs hate
When-
me.
Yeah, it's,
because every single one's like, I guess I can. It's like when you go into fucking Starbucks and you're like, I need a bagel with herb cream cheese. Not just herb cream cheese. And they're like, I guess I can do that. It's the same.
yeah, but it's
fucking
not
thing.
like except they have the herb cream cheese. It's not like they have to go slice up parsley in the back. A DM has to pull an audible and shift everything they've been thinking
Yeah.
about.
Well, shift your fucking shit, because Casey's in your D&D game.
Oh man,
Is it not more fun playing with me?
It's so much fun.
it's yeah.
We need to, when things open back up, we got to do that live show again.
Yeah, I would love to guest on that sometimes.
Dude,
I love
yeah,
playing.
dude, it's
So
yeah.
much fun.
The greatest thing, me and Chris were talking about the other night, it's probably the greatest thing we've ever done.
Yeah.
Ever.
You guys were
No
doing
one
that at
showed up
Muse
to
too,
it.
right?
We did it at Muse for a little while. Just
Which was-
nobody shows up to it.
No one wants to come.
Yeah, I mean, not.
We did
Look,
it the first
you
summer. We
don't-
did it at
yeah.
Funky Little Theater. Second summer we did it at Muse.
Yeah.
You know what we need
The first
to do?
show I ever produced was at Muse.
Yeah.
And people showed up because Dave Frost was on the show.
Yeah.
And he played Magic there.
Yeah. Muse is great. I love Muse.
Yeah.
They're great people there.
You know what we should do is actually do another D&D show, but have it so people can, so comics can participate during the show. I feel like that's the only way that we can do another fucking improv show. Is at the end, everybody can participate.
Yeah.
If you want to hop up on stage, then you can go ahead and do it. I
You-
hate comics. What the fuck? Literally, all you ever do is use me for my talent. Then you fucking... No, I'm not even kidding! You use me for my talent. You put me on stage and you're like, look at me, I did so great. No, you didn't. I did. I did really good tonight. And look at you hosting and putting me on this. You fucking asshole! Yeah! You did great!
Casey, don't.
Thanks for giving me $25.
Casey,
I'll go home with gas in
Casey,
my gas tank.
Casey,
More vodka.
I've never paid you more than $10.
Are you sure you want more of
We're
that?
taking more vodka.
Uh,
Is the podcast running 6 more minutes?
sure.
We're gonna run it.
Oh man, no, but look at it this way, Casey. No one showing up to the show. I will only book you because I want the show to be good. I'm not going to book you because I know people are going to show up to see you.
See,
So
that's what I want! Is you to not have any trust in my ability, but to have trust in me showing up.
Well, you've got to show up more then, Casey. You've got to show up more. It's like it's so stressful as a producer getting comics to show up to the show. It's like, yeah, I know it.
Right?
Look, if Casey's here, he's gonna kill it.
Wait,
but
no,
there's
finish that. Let Casey finish the thing he was saying. You said, am I right?
Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? God.
shit. Which is something I still say at least
Me too.
once a week.
Mel too.
Yeah.
God. Fuck. I wish I was
I'll
still
say it
doing
to
stand-up,
Brittany
but it
and
just
she's never
honestly
seen him
feels
do
like
it.
that. Does that not feel like that to you guys? How long have you been doing stand-up?
8 years.
8 years. How long have you been doing stand-up?
Almost 7.
7 years.
Yeah.
I've been doing stand-up for 10 years, since I was 21 years old. The year I turned 21, I was like, let's do stand-up. It feels so much like everybody's just using you. Every single time I do stand-up, it feels like someone's using me.
Really?
The person that's hosting that open mic. Yeah, I did a great job. You want to know who benefits from that? The person hosting that open mic. Yeah, I did a great job that night. You want to know who fucking benefits that? Loonies. I did a great job that night. You want to know who benefits that? The fucking person in Trinidad that I just showed my dick to. Like,
What a benefit.
Well,
Sweet bennies.
let me ask you this, Casey. Since you've been doing this t-shirt thing, you have become more business focused, right? So do you think that you could turn those shows into better opportunities for yourself now? That I think you're right.
The only time you can have an opportunity is if
Colorado
you're
Springs.
if you're hosting a show in any other spot. Literally, if you're hosting a show, if you're the producer of this show, if you're the person in that fucking person's pocket, you're the person that's there, you're the only one benefiting from the show.
I don't
know.
know.
People get practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get practice.
Yeah,
you get practice in front of people. People like to see you. What do? They see you on Facebook?
Yeah.
What?
It is a crapshoot in this town.
Yes.
But I will say things have gotten I mean, until pandemic, things were slowly getting better. And like very slowly.
In what sense? Tell me.
In that there were more shows, there were more people
But more shows doesn't mean anything. More shows means 3-4 people are getting more money. Hey, Britton.
That's yes. But I think we were hitting a tipping point where people actually gave a shit about individual comics. I think that was the next thing that was going to happen. And it sucks because you were here at the start of comedy in this town, in this part of the state.
Yeah.
And so you kind of got shafted in that you were good by the time before anything started cooking, right? And so
but even in Denver, where so you go up to Denver, you get on these these open mics that are these competition things or whatever. Whoever wins the best or whatever, you get the fucking whatever. So you end up in this, and this is literally just you being up there, the only person that gets recognition is at the end. Yo, you put on the best show ever! Yo, you did such a great job tonight hosting this thing. There's so many good comics. Man, who was that one guy with that one thing? I don't even remember, but you did a great job. I saw you 7 times tonight. Great job! Dude, it's not worth it. It's not worth it being a stand-up in town to just literally get that tiny bit of recognition. The only way to actually make money, to actually gain traction, to actually be that thing is... Who's gaining traction? Mel Klima? She's not my favorite comic in the world. She's not the worst. She's not my favorite, though. And she knows this. I don't laugh at all of her stuff, but she puts on so many shows that she has... this standing in town where she's making money. It literally has
but she's
to
like
do
the
with
only
that.
one. She's I'll say this. Mel is better at putting on shows than anybody else is.
Hasn't other people done this? Fucking Megan did this. Megan did this successfully for years until she kind of fell off, until she's trying to actually have an actual life, which is great for her, but she's trying to put on something different. She's trying to be different.
Yeah.
It's different than it's just it's hard to do a personal scene kind of thing where you're just showing up to mics, just doing a kind of thing and trying to be successful. You're not going to be successful doing that. The only thing you're going to be successful at is like doing an online presence. You're not going to be successful being here in town just doing nothing.
Well, eventually you have to leave. Eventually you have to leave. Like nobody's going to make a living doing stand up in Colorado Springs.
Or even to get better. I mean, you can get better to a point here, but to get like really good, you have to leave.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's true to an Yeah, I think you're right.
I think you need to.
But is that the truth? Because who
listen to you?
Who's successful from here? What's his face?
John Christ.
John Christ. Yeah.
I don't even know.
John Christ. Who the fuck's John Christ? I don't even know who this is. Who's the guy from Denver that was successful though? In the
I
Deadpool
mean, you've
movie?
got the Grawlix, you've got Sam Talent.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who's in the Deadpool movie?
T.J. Miller.
T.J. Miller.
Well,
and you got Sam Talent.
Yeah, he
left.
left.
He went to Chicago.
Okay.
And then New York.
So I mean, you gotta leave.
Yeah.
Fuck it, you gotta leave.
Eventually, you have to do it, which leads me to what I feel like I haven't gotten to with Chris. Chris, if you need to leave, we can stop.
I got 5 more minutes.
Okay. But Chris, like we've talked before about how we both kind of want to be. I mean, I think you want to do more acting and stuff than I do, but you want to write too. You want to. I mean, you have. I don't want to say Hollywood dreams, but stand up.
Isn't that a song? Is that a song?
Yeah, probably.
No, Chris has Hollywood. He should have Hollywood.
Yeah, no, I mean, and if anybody could do it, it's great because you're tall, you're gorgeous, you've
has
got
nothing to do
you've
with
got
his
the
looks.
talent.
Come on.
You've got the talent.
God,
I mean,
Chris is so talented, man. He's
No,
one of the
you-
most
you-
talented
you
people I
are-
know.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's always been the goal, is to write for television.
Yeah.
And be able to like have that job and then be able to do stand-up shows, improv shows, and like make a living
But
from that.
Sarah B. Serious once told me something. That some people are more better fucking actors than they are goddamn writers, and I don't know how Chris writes, but he's such a good actor. He needs to act. Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
What did she say to you? She said, some people are writers, some people are performers.
Yeah.
You're more of a performer.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Well, and she says the opposite to me. I'd say 1 out of every 10 times we see each other.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, it. That's always been the dream. Write and perform.
Yeah.
Write and perform.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had planned to be out of the Springs by now, but life got in the way. But like that's always been the plan. Still is a plan. Leave Colorado.
Yeah.
Go somewhere where I can actually
Where are
do
you going?
this. I don't know.
One
of the places where I could do this.
Yeah.
One of the 3.
Well, maybe
There's 3.
Yeah.
New York, L.A.,
Chicago, maybe.
Chicago, maybe, but I don't even know if Chicago's the place anymore. Florida?
Yeah. Well, and it's like so.
Florida?
Yeah. Florida's big now.
Well, and you've got, I feel like there are hot spots. You've got, Boston was where comics cut their teeth for so long.
Yeah.
It's where the hardest comics came from. And for a while it was Chicago. I mean, I think everyone who is in their late 30s who's popping now came from the Chicago scene.
Yeah.
You've got, and then you've got, LA and New York are fucking stalwarts. That's where everybody goes. But I feel like, to an extent, Atlanta and Denver are both rising or were.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows what
Yeah,
happens from there.
nothing's for sure right now.
But, and there's
COVID, my God.
Yeah.
Right? What a weird fucking...
There's a part of me that as much as, I want to go out and do bigger things, there's a feeling I have that it's like, if Colorado Springs what became the farm team for Denver, there's a way forward.
Yeah.
But the work to even get there is...
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
And
it's
it's not going to happen within my career.
Right.
No.
Well,
Yeah.
and it's like, do I aspire to be Deacon Gray? Because Deacon Gray is such a good comic and such a good mentor.
Yeah.
That's something to aspire to.
Yeah.
That's something.
I guess, but that's not something to aspire to. That's something I don't want to be a mentor to people. I want to be someone that's like actually successful. I don't want to be someone that's there that like helps someone be successful. I want to be someone that is successful.
Yeah, but you love punk rock, right?
Yeah.
You love Hilly Crystal never became a billionaire.
You want to know what my favorite part of punk rock is, though? My favorite part of punk rock is that I can see someone perform punk rock, and I know that I can do that also.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I can see them perform punk rock. I know that they're not a master at their instrument. I know that they're not a master at singing. I know that they're not a master at doing anything on stage other than being a performer, dude.
Yeah.
I'm a performer.
Right.
I know that I can maybe eventually end up somewhere like that because of punk rock.
Yeah.
Punk rock gives me that hope that it's like, okay, I can fucking do it.
But like none of the guys in the Ramones became millionaires.
No, and that's not what I want. No one
like,
wants that.
No.
Yeah. I just mean like
Sam Kinison never was a millionaire. Fucking
I don't know if Sam Kinnison's a good example. I don't want to go out like Sam Kinison, man.
That's true. That's true.
I don't want to be that guy.
But even like Adam Sandler's not a millionaire.
No, Adam Sandler's a millionaire.
Adam Sandler's a millionaire.
Adam Sandler might be close to a billion.
Oh, Adam Sandler is.
Well, because of
rolling
Netflix
it.
now. Well,
before that.
I would say the only
who
comic.
do you think is not a millionaire? That you would want to be like?
Patton Oswalt.
Yeah. Jackie Cation.
Yeah.
Is a solid working comic who makes money from doing stand-up, doing her podcasts, being just being really good at what she does.
Pete Holmes too.
Pete Holmes,
yeah.
I think I've heard too many like kind of shitty things about Pete Holmes.
Really?
Like not like I don't think he's a monster. It's like T.J. Miller might be a monster. I don't think Pete Holmes, but he's like kind of been shitty to younger comedians. He really regulates what his openers can do.
Huh.
Like he would never let Casey open for him.
Makes sense.
Which, by the way, Casey should be opening for national headliners right now, but they'd be afraid of him. They'd be afraid of him.
Yeah.
And he's treated some writers poorly and stuff like that. But
That's sad.
Again, this is all like third hand
Yeah.
bullshit. I'm a nobody comedian in Colorado Springs. I don't fucking know Pete Holmes, but that's what. But yeah, Kumail Nanjiani is basically becoming a movie star.
Oh, yeah.
At this point, he's gonna be in a goddamn Marvel movie.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like if you're making crowds happy every night, if if you know you're good, I've always said I would be happy if I could appear in documentaries about my more famous friends dying. I would be happy.
Yeah.
You know, like I'd be if I got to appear in the Casey Frase documentary after you burn out on pills.
I hope that happens.
You know, you know,
I hope it does.
Yeah.
I knew Casey when he was bumming around telling racist
I'm gonna
jokes
hit
in
it.
Colorado Springs.
I'm gonna hit it like it's hard. I'm gonna hit it like it's hard.
Yeah. All right,
pumped.
Chris has to go. Give your fucking any plugs you want to give.
Stick Horses and Pants. We, depending on everything that happens, are going to be performing weekly Wednesday nights at 3 East Comedy Club.
Here soon. This is something me and Chris are going to start on our nights, because I guess it's a Korn and Megan night, and then Chris and Casey night is how it's happening now,
Yeah.
right? So, Chris and Casey nights, all comics afterwards, we're doing an open free jam for everybody wanting to jam with us.
Yes.
So the 20 people hanging out with us, please hang out with us at our show, because we will do an open jam afterwards for everybody wanting to fucking
Depending
jam.
on COVID restrictions.
Yeah, depending on COVID. When does the show end? Because I work till 8 on Wednesdays.
Show ends right around 8.
Because I'm totally
Yeah, right,
gonna
right.
now that you've gone on this tirade about it,
Yeah.
I am totally gonna show up and be
Oh,
that
yeah,
dick,
man.
Casey.
Yeah, you need to show up. Show up.
Cool, Casey. You got what's your T-shirt company?
Pretty funny that you said cool, Casey, because it's Cool Casey's Closet. At Cool Casey's Closet, Instagram. Check it out. I got a couple thousand followers. It's fun. I go live a lot. Check it out. It's fun.
Sweet. I don't think I'm even following that, so I'm gonna now.
Do it.
And as always, rate, review, subscribe to the podcast, and
Do it.
Do it. Do it. It costs you nothing, you cucks.
Great way to do that.
I'm sorry,
Great
guys.
way.
Wait.
do that.
Do it again so you can edit it.
Okay. Rate,
This is
review,
gonna-
and subscribe.
All those us are going to be
Wait.
great.
Do it again. Do it
Clean
again.
take.
Rate, review, and subscribe, you cucks. I'm not redoing it, Casey.
God damn it!
You think I'm gonna edit this? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank
Go
you,
make
Andrew.
stuff.
Let me get the